We sell these things to the top dealers in the United States. We want to give you the win. It's time for the consumer to get the win. When it goes to the consumer, we want to make sure it's the best coach it possibly can be. We are going to price these things out to the public at unbelievable deals.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we have found some wholesale deals for you. We're at RV Select in Seffner, Florida with Jared, one of the owners here. How are you doing today,
So
sir?
glad to have you here today.
It's an honor, and you've been very well known in the RV industry as a wholesaler, but I see on your sign it says open to the public, where we've never seen an RV dealership that has to advertise open to the public. What's your story and what's going on here?
We've been doing this 20 years. We sell anywhere from 150 plus units a month, and we only sell to dealers up until now. We just started selling to the public a couple months ago.
So what caused you to start selling to the public?
So during the hurricane, when it came, everybody was trying to buy travel trailers, motorhomes. It was just a terrible time for our neighbors. I mean, we had employees that lost houses. And at that time, I had a couple come to me, and they had just lost their home, and they went to a couple local dealerships around here, and they couldn't find anything in that price range. And until that time, when people would come to us, we would always tell them, hey, we only sell to dealers, we would almost walk you out the door. And when she came and told me lost everything, and she couldn't find a travel trailer or a Class C that was in her budget, it just hurt me, because at that point, I seen the dealers marking them up, and they wouldn't give discount, and it just killed me. At that point, I feel like we should have been helping our neighbors out. So I sold her a motorhome. She asked me, is it okay if she tells her neighbor about it? Her neighbor came, I sold her another travel trailer, and at that point, I went to my partners and said, hey guys, listen, we have an opportunity here. We can cut out the middleman. We can supply great units. We're already selling it to hundreds of dealers across the country. Let's give the public an opportunity to win. And then we changed that a couple months ago, and it has been a blessing. We got to meet the best people. I've already went on vacation where somebody told me where to go. The best food I've already heard from customers. The people in the RV industry is the best people in the world.
Yes, sir, absolutely. And you like playing with the same kind of units we like. You've got a lot of Newmar product, a lot of Tiffin product. We've got a beautiful Integra Cornerstone. And when you shared with me some of your pricing, I was shocked at how low some of these units are priced. How many units in inventory do you have right now?
We have roughly 75 units, but we only keep our inventory for 30 days. So by the time this video goes out, we'll have well over 100.
Wow, and it's constantly changing. Now, do you still take in trades and offer financing like other RV dealers?
Absolutely, we take in trades, we offer financing, we'll even buy your unit.
Now this Integra Cornerstone behind us, this is something to get fired up about, especially when I saw what you're asking for this coach. What is the story on this particular Cornerstone?
I bought it from an individual that it just got too much for them. Most of the times when we buy these coaches, it's either health or it's aged out, or a lot of these people ask where they come from. Either it be a dealer in particular that doesn't buy high-end coaches, they sell low ends, or dealers that buy high-end that don't take low end. So there's, even boat, I buy them from airplane manufacturers, factory, you name it. If it's a nice coach, we will buy the coach. But for this particular coach came from a couple that they just couldn't use it anymore. Bought it actually about an hour from here, right down the road. We picked it up yesterday, came here, drove it right here for the video.
What year is this?
This is a 2015 Cornerstone.
I think we should take a look inside, and you guys are not gonna believe what this coach is priced at. Let's put the slide rooms out and take a look inside. I can't believe this is a 2015, just timeless design. And you said $205,950 for this Cornerstone?
Yeah, you got me so excited today when y'all guys were coming and we were going over some pricing, and I just said, you know what, we're going to start this off with the first one. It's a 15 Cornerstone, 52,000 miles. Wholesale book is $205,950. We're going to give the consumer a great deal right off the bat. We're going to sell it right at wholesale. $205,950.
This has got the 600 horsepower, 20,000 pound towing capacity, just over 200 grand. And if folks get financing on something like this, it's pretty low payments. So,
oh, absolutely.
Yeah, great opportunity, and not a lot of cash out of pocket either.
No, especially with the savings that you're getting on this coach.
Yeah, and I think also too, buying a coach at wholesale pricing, it's probably a little easier to get financing because the banks lend on the value of the coach.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, when they see that compared to when they're going off a retail value, they're looking at it and it's almost a no-brainer. You get a lot better rate, different interest.
Yeah, great opportunity for someone. And all this leather, I love the kind of saddle color, chocolate color leather. You've got the opposing sofas up front. Then this does extend out here, little kitchen extension. And I love this cornerstone tile work. When you look at the floor, how intricate all of this tile work is, this is a lot of coach to touch for 200 grand. Now, this is a mid-bath floor plan. I think the book on this is a little bit lower than the bath and a half. So that's part of the reason you're getting such a good deal. But
absolutely.
Yeah, I'll take a quick look back here. Got a fireplace, Samsung TV with a sound bar. And with the mid-bath, you're gaining a lot of space. You know, back here in the rear of the coach, this is kind of your rear suite. You've got a huge shower. And I like having a window in the bathroom here. You can open that up, get a little fresh air. You've got the double sinks. This two-tone woodwork is really looking good in here too.
I just was going to say that this unit, we haven't even fully detailed. This ain't just coming in the detail bay. We bought it from the customer almost looking exactly like this. I mean, we walked in, we actually had the detailer step out. That's how nice a coach is that we're getting in here. That's before they get fully done.
Yeah, no, definitely looks, smells good. And I like all these little details like this tile work like we saw in the backsplash. I mean, that's super intricate tile work there. Then you got your water closet right here. So a separate door for your head. And then, you know, some nice storage here. You've got, it's a great spot for like towels, linens, and then your laundry hamper down here. Coming back here into the bedroom, we've got a king size bed with a ceiling fan. I love these pillows and bedding that Integra uses. You can see that wood headboard. And then you've got the closets along the back of the coach as well as the washer and dryer. And I want to ask you some more questions about your PDI and detail process here. But we got a lot of coaches to look at, so we got to stay moving here. Now, I know you only have these coaches for a very short amount of time. How many coaches are you turning over every week?
We're doing 150 a month.
Wow.
We're doing 150 a month, sometimes more, sometimes a little bit less. But yeah, but right here we got 53 this week.
Wow. And you know, pricing coaches at this price point, you've got to expedite your detail PDI process.
Absolutely.
What type of a detail and PDI process do your coaches go through?
So for three-step process that we do on all of them, when our driver gets out there, we do a walk-around inspection, and then, you know, when he is driving back, he's got a note board and a pen, he's taking notes, anything he feels, sees, anything on the coach. When it gets back here, it gets a full detail, oil checked, all the, you know, essentials checked. Now that we're getting into the retail side of it, if you decide this is the coach for you, we are having my full mechanic staff walk through the coach, do a full inspection, if it needs oil, whatever the coach needs, this coach will be ready to go as if it was any other dealer going to you. But when it goes to the consumer, we want to make sure it's the best coach it possibly can be going to that consumer.
Well, I can appreciate that, and I know you got a lot of other deals and a lot of other coaches too that you've bought that I want to talk about, so let's keep rolling here.
Let's go.
This is a coach that's super special and really has a priceless value to it. This is a coach that's super important to me, a wheelchair handicap accessible coach. My mom, before she passed away, my parents bought a Winnebago Inspire. We did a video on that, and just priceless memories that were made in that coach. She wasn't able to fly because of her oxygen and stuff. To get that Newmar Dutch Star quality with the wheelchair lift, just a priceless piece of equipment here. And you've got it priced super aggressively. And you also have several other 4369 Dutch Stars that are coming in right now. But this handicap Dutch Star, what is the story with this coach, sir?
So this coach, I just picked it up, same kind of situation. A lot of times where they've got to a certain age or health was a deciding factor with this. The lady passed away. She was the one that's handicapped, and they called us, and we bought it. Super nice coach. Like you said, very rare. Out of the thousands and thousands of units we bought, this is our 4th handicap unit that we've ever had.
I know Newell Coach has done a few custom wheelchair accessible coaches, but you've got the mid-entry door, and then, you know, those of you that follow the channel know I'm a huge fan of Dutch Stars. Now, I want to take a look inside of this 4311. How many miles are on this coach?
So this has 31,805 miles, and again, we're asking $255,555.
Wow, Dutch Star, wheelchair accessible.
Yes.
At that price point, super rare. And what year did you say this is?
It's a 17.
17.
Yes.
And super clean.
It's super clean
job. Great look, tag axle coach. To buy a wheelchair coach, this is about the top of the food chain. Those of you that follow the channel know I've said over and over, I feel like Newmar is the highest level production coach, unless you get into that $2 million range. And you touch a lot of coaches. Would you agree with that statement?
Absolutely. And getting back to this right here, before this video goes live, I think there's only one other one in the country. You cannot find this coach.
Yeah, great opportunity for someone at a wholesale deal.
Absolutely.
And before we take a look inside real quick, how many 4369s have you bought recently?
We have, I think, 4 on site right now. We have a couple more coming in. but we also have the 4312. We have the 3736.
Bath and a half, super rare Dutch Star. And we're gonna see that in just a second. Do you have prices on the ones that haven't hit the ground yet at all?
So I have some of them here, but some of them we were getting so many units. I mean, we're only gonna be able to hit only a handful of what you see, but I have Tiffin Phaetons, 40 IH, 36s, single digit miles. There's only so many coaches we can put in a video, but if there is a coach that you are looking for that maybe it's not in this video, either we have it, we're gonna get it, or we'll find it. I mean, we get so many units that we'll be able to find that coach for you.
Yes, sir. Well, let's take a quick look inside of this 4311 here. We got some other super cool units to show everybody today. And this is super clean, and
absolutely,
I love the openness of these wheelchair accessible floor plans. Still that high-end Dutch Star finishes. You'll notice the lower countertops over on this side. We've got a fireplace. Lower light switches as well, and I like the hardwired light switches. A lot of the newer coaches are going to like a touch panel where you got to go through screens. I prefer these. But what else is going on in this coach?
Yeah, so it's a one-of-a-kind coach. Everything is lower to spec. All your controls, everything you can touch is lower. Even the sink, the toilet, all the siding is one-of-a-kind to be able to do that. And it's not even just if you're in a wheelchair. I've sold a couple of these to some elderly couples with the walkers.
It's almost like an elevator, too.
Exactly, and that's what it is. It's all on a button, which, you know what it does? This just gives them another opportunity to continue traveling. You know, when there's no other option, you still be able to go out there and see the countryside and don't stop what you love doing.
Well, not sacrificing, they say Newmar is when you know the difference. And here we got, I think, washer and dryer here in the middle of the coach. And then the roll-in shower. So this is a huge shower here in the middle of the coach. You can roll right in. You see it's got this little rubber flap here so that
keeps all the water out.
Not leaking out. Even like the sink here, you can see there's no cabinets below so that you could wheel up to the sink here. And I think this still needs to get detailed. Did you just...
like I said, this is one of those, most of the things that you're seeing, we're turning and burning. I've had them 3 or 4 days. The biggest thing is you can still see the quality of how the customer kept these units.
Definitely.
You go to a lot of these dealers, you can see the shine, you can see this, but you don't know what to look beforehand. You get an in-depth look of before this thing goes into its full process of how the customer kept their coach. And you can tell the coaches you're seeing today is like, wow. If it's this nice, what's it going to look like after you detail the coach? And there's a lot to say about that.
Definitely super clean overall. We've got some closet space here with a full-length mirror here towards the front of the bed. Now, this is a queen-size bed, so there is a little bit of give and take in these units. Then we've got more closets along the back of the coach. And then in the corner there, that would usually be just more adjustable shelving, and it could be more closet space as well if you want to take the shelves out.
Especially for long-time travels, but it's really nice to be able to have that option and not have to give up quality.
Absolutely. Well, I know there's probably someone out there looking for this coach, and they're going to be thankful to be able to get it for $255, $555. You got some more coaches?
Oh yeah, we got plenty. We're just kind of walking around and just popping it in. Like I said, if you don't see it in the video, guys, please give us a call. That we have, a lot of these things we're doing the diesel. We were just talking about how you got into it with the leisure travels that we have and the views and everything. I mean, we have the Bs. We have 7 or 8 Tiffin open roads over there that we're not going to be able to get to, and then we have either coming in or at our other facility. We are going to price these things out to the public at unbelievable deals. So give us a call.
Well, and then if they don't sell, you're going to hold. I mean, everything's
going. Yeah, when you see this thing, we don't keep anything longer than 30 to 45 days.
Wow.
It is gone. Like I said, I was telling you this. You were like, what are these units going out? We sold 16 yesterday to a dealer. We are moving these things out. We were trying to give the public an option. What we're trying to do here, especially since after COVID, these dealers are just, they're still trying to make these big, wide spreads on it. And I came to my partners and I'm like, guys, listen, we're selling these things to this. It's time for the customers to win. Let's open it to the public right here and give them the same opportunity. And we just started doing that about a month and a half ago, and the outpour has been tremendous. They've been going and coming in here like, really? That's what you're... Yes, we want to give you the win. It's time for the consumer to get the win.
And everybody I've talked to, because I did my homework on you guys.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And I did go through your Google reviews.
Yes.
The few bad reviews were basically people complaining. They wanted you to buy their coach, and maybe someone else put a little bit more money on it, but to give the consumers the best prices, you can't overpay for
exactly,
coaches
yes. You got. Listen, and we're very, very competitive. If you look at our reviews, we're one of the biggest buyers in the country. There's not even a close second. And that's another thing in this video we'll get to is we will buy your coach. We buy anything from 2015 or newer motorhomes, class A's, B, and C's, 21 or newer travel trailers and fifth wheels, and we buy in all over 48. And the big thing is we come to you, and we usually have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround rate to pick up your coach. So if you want to sell it, we can be there as soon as in the next couple of days.
Great opportunities, but we got a lot of coaches.
Let's go. Let's keep going.
So I know you like Tiffins and new
cars
yes, like
absolutely.
I do.
Absolutely.
45 OPP Allegro bus. What is the story with this coach?
So I just got this in this morning. Bought it here local out of the Sunshine State here. It's got 18,000 miles on this unit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Low miles.
Really low miles. Customers called us in, said they were done traveling, had their adventure, time to move on to the next adventure in life. They called us yesterday morning. We picked it up yesterday afternoon.
What's the money on this coach?
So this coach right here is $267,500.
$267,500 for a 45 OPP
with 18,000 miles.
These are not the prices we're used to hearing.
Yes.
Super low prices.
No, we are here to sell coaches. We are going to sell coaches.
I'm checking date codes on the tire right away.
Yeah.
22 date codes here on the Sear tires. Now you said you were replacing the couch in this coach. Let's take a quick look at the interior.
So we replace it, and like I said, we nitpick here because we sell these things to the top dealers in the United States. We only sell frontline ready units, so they know when they buy from us, and that's why we're able to sell so many coaches, is when they buy from us, they stick it right on the front line. It is ready to go. And the couch that was in there was okay, but it wasn't up to our standard, and I knew it wouldn't be up to the next dealer that would have this, or now individual that would have it. We have that mindset that when you buy a coach, whether it be an individual or a dealer, it's frontline ready and ready to go.
Yeah, let's take a quick look inside.
Let's go and take a look at this. And like I said, I just got this in.
You had this couch out here just a few minutes ago. You had a technician in here already.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love all the indirect lighting they use on the slide room faces. And this 45 OPP, most popular Tiffin floor plan.
Absolutely. And like you, I'm a big light. Like, you can't have enough lights. I love the blue LED that just shows off every detail. You can't have enough lighting for me. Yeah. I'm a big lighting guy. I love the color of the floor, how it accesses
heated floors as well.
Ready to go.
And that Dutch Star that we just hit had heated floors. I forgot to mention that. I think the Cornerstone had heated floors too. So Maytag residential refrigerator, bath and a half coach, and even in the half bath, it's got a bidet toilet. Even like the backsplash, I love that kind of weave look on the backsplash. They're doing crown moldings in your half bathroom with that vent cover that matches the cabinets. Just a really nice look. And what'd you say the money is on this again?
This is $267,500 with 18,000 miles.
Yeah, great opportunity for someone.
Especially for a bath and a half coach of this caliber, at this quality.
Coming back into the bedroom here, the ceiling fan has that lower profile, king-size bed with that diamond pattern on the headboard. Really cool coach. And then big part of the 45 OPP floor plan is the huge rear bathroom with the walk-in closet. It's a hardwired light switch here for our walk-in closet. We've got a washer and dryer. I see even you're like opening up the washer and dryer and stuff. Why is this all opened up, just out of curiosity? I doubt that it was opened up when you picked up the coach.
They were just starting the process to look through, making sure, all the water, everything was starting to work and everything like that. Just there's always a process here, whether it be the detail or going through the compartments. There's a streamlined process, whether it be at the first bay or the 17th bay or out here, there's always somebody touching or going through a coach, because we have to. If you stop, there's no way we can get through all the coaches. We are always going. My detail guys are here 17, 18 hours a day, just going.
Yeah, you have multiple shifts of your...
Multiple shifts, yes.
And real quick, this walk-in closet back here, you've got cabinets, finished out like what you would see in a multi-million-dollar home. Shoe cubbies, you've got a safe tucked back here, solid surface countertop in your walk-in closet.
And for as big as you are, look how much room you have back there. And like I said, I'm no small chicken either. And look at the headroom I have. It's the openness of this floor plan and this coach is just unbeatable.
Yes, sir. I got to get this right. You said 267.5?
267.5 with 18,634 miles.
Getting financing on a coach like this, I know there's different, credit tiers, but you work with several banks.
We work with several banks to get financing. And like I said, even we offer, and we want to make sure that y'all guys get the best deal possible. Some of our customers work really closely with their own credit unions, their own banks. If you have your own credit and you can beat some more rates, we encourage you, bring your own. We want to make sure that you get the best rate, best deal possible. We're not every other day. We're trying to only only sell our stuff. If you've got a better rate, bring it to the table. We'll make sure it works for you, because at the end of the day, we want to make sure that the customer gets the best deal possible.
Yeah, do you know about what down payment someone would need on a coach like this, roughly?
That it just all depends on your credit and you know, income history, especially over the last couple of years. It has just been all over the place right there.
Yeah, that's the deal with the banks, but you do have those resources.
We do have those resources available. Yes, sir.
All right, I know you got a lot more deals. Let's keep rolling through here. Several 45 OPPs.
Yes, sir.
I love this color scheme with the white, red, and then the interior of this is very similar to the 18 we just saw.
Absolutely.
We'll take a quick look at that, but what is the money on this 17?
So this is a 1745 OPP, a little over 40,000 miles. We are selling this coach today for $244, $444 with an average retail of $293. So quite a bit of savings on this coach, and it's just in that right price range when you're under that $250,000 range.
Yeah, absolutely, and this interior is super clean.
Now, I've had this one for a long time. I got this Friday, so I've had it for a long time.
A week now.
Yeah, a week now, yeah.
Now, this is super similar to the one we just saw. It's got the dishwasher. This is kind of a different style backsplash than that woven look, almost like a mosaic tile here. Got a little accent wall. And then this king size bed right now, it's in the up position, you know, just super similar to what we just saw with that walk-in closet, hardwired light switch, washer dryer back here. You've got the safe, just very similar. 25,000.
Yeah, so not very much. Like I said, they're all priced. But again, you know me, I still got my LED lights. I still got all my tows, my blues, all the lighting that you can ask for in a coach. For a coach like this to be under $250,000, find one in the country. We want to make sure, guys, when we're doing these things, if it's good enough for a dealer to come and buy it from me, they're going to mark it up $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. I mean, you're getting an instant $30,000 to $50,000 savings right here, because whether you buy it or I sell it to another, and I have that all the time. People come in here and I sell them so quick. They come in, they're like kind of just now starting off the whole process. They pop in here, they go see a couple stores. A couple days later, come to me. I'm like, guys, I already sold the coach, but I'll tell you where I sold it. And then I told them where they sold it, and that dealer's got it marked up 50 grand more than I was asking. And, you know, one of those stories.
Yes, sir. And what I get excited about is at that wholesale number, you know, the banks are loaning. So I think there may be some opportunities to get some real low down payments on financing. So, you know, these wholesale deals may really open up some financing opportunities where it may have not been obtainable with that 50 grand markup.
Absolutely. And like I said, they go off of a certain of the retail number. So when they're seeing that you're getting this much of a value, they're willing to help you out. And most dealers, you're looking at a 2020 coach. But with me, you can get a 2022 for the same price you can get a 20. You know, I'm saving you not only the money, but you can get a couple of years, maybe a couple more updates, some different stuff, maybe stuff you're looking at that you can save in that $30,000 or $40,000, $50,000. Maybe you want to go up a couple of years because you're able to do it now.
Or even go back a couple of years and
save
like
a lot of money.
Absolutely. OPP. Yes,
absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I know you got another 45 OPP, some more Newmar. There's a Dutch Star I'm really looking forward to.
Absolutely. We have so many 43, the 30, you're going to see one. We're going to save it here for a minute because you cannot find this coach. Very, very rare. Like I said, Tiffin Open Rose, Newmar base starts. If it's a coach that you want, I can't harp on this enough, guys. If it's a coach that y'all guys are looking to purchase, give us a call, because more than likely we have it coming in, or we can find it very fast for you, and no one's going to beat the deal that we're going to give y'all guys.
Now, if red's not your color, but black and blue is your color, here's an option. And this coach, I would bet this has some miles on it, because check this out.
Yep.
We still have the stickers. I think they hit about almost all 48 states. They missed a handful in the Northeast here. What's the story on this coach, sir?
So this thing is a 21 Tiffin bus, 45 OPP. We're going from one to the other, and I call this, like you said, the different colors. I call this the Seminole, being in Florida, this is the Seminole coach, this is the Gator coach.
Yes, sir.
So we're right here. So this has got 51,000 miles, a little bit of miles on it, but we're making it up in the price. We're gonna sell it for $295.
Under 300
Under 300 coach.
For a
21 Tiffin bus, like I said, average retail $372. So I mean, you're getting over almost $80,000 for the savings right there.
Let's take a quick look at the interior here. Now, I'm gonna be fully transparent. I smell like a pet smell or something inside of this coach.
Definitely a little bit of something like this right here, that if a customer wants to buy this coach, I'm gonna replace the carpets, what I'm gonna end up doing on this coach. Because I smell it too now that we're in here. I don't know what it is, whether it be a pet or it's
some sort of a pet
whatever it is,
smell
we're gonna take care of it though, because I'm smelling it in here too.
Now this is a super cool floor plan. plan though. This is a 45 OPP still, but it looks
445.
like
Yep, they took so the factory right here, they put it in here, and the guy was still working.
Okay.
So they put in a desk here.
Nice. So no booth in this coach.
No booth.
I can see why it's priced pretty aggressively, but this countertop looks like more updated.
Yes, yeah. So you can see right here, they did the top here, the top here.
Well, this too. Check this out.
Yeah.
Like kind of that wood block cutting board.
You know, when somebody says, "Hey, we did some of our own options," first thing you're thinking, "Oh my God." Well, you know, what'd you do? This and that. And then, you know, when we see in the coach, we're like, all right. They did the backsplash, everything right here.
Yeah, this countertop, it's got a Blanco sink. That's like what we see in the Newell coaches.
Absolutely.
And then this countertop over here, this is a lot more high-end than a lot of the Allegro Bus countertops. And I do have a super sensitive nose. A lot of time, Eli, that's behind the camera right now, I'll be like, dude, do you smell that? And he's like, I don't smell anything, but I'm very sensitive with any little smells.
There's definitely something in here.
Want to make sure that the viewers are aware. Oh, this is a cool backsplash. Halfway up the wall, tile work, and again, that Allegro Bus vent cover.
The same thing back over here, as you can see right here with the fireplace, and they put the countertop, and the same thing back here.
This has been remodeled. This has been heavily upgraded.
Yes.
That backsplash is super cool. This is a more updated, higher-end countertop, and then these little wood. This is a cool design cues they added to this, and then we have that same walk-in closet like we saw with the washer and dryer back here, downlit hanging bar. Nice opportunity for someone.
Absolutely, a great deal for somebody, especially if you're still remote traveling or whatever. You have all the option to be able to have that, to have the desk.
Yeah, or if someone's not going to dump a ton of miles on a coach too, does have a little bit higher miles. So, you know, as this coach ages, if you're not driving a lot, that value kind of stays the same, because right now you're getting that deal because it's the higher, great opportunity. But you've got, I want to see that bath and a half Dutch Star.
Okay,
let's more Tiffins.
Let's go check out some more stuff.
Cool. Now, is this right? Only 4,200 miles on this Tiffin
That's right,
Phaeton?
4,200 miles.
Wow, and what year is this, coach?
This is a 22.
Tiffin Phaeton.
It's a 36 SH. We just got this in the last couple of days. I know we keep on repeating that, but like I said, we don't keep stuff. Great paint, great colors.
Yeah, I love this paint design. And, you know, something I learned about the Tiffin, you know, bay doors that I just really appreciate. Look, super clean plumbing bay here. Got a macerator toilet. But this is something that I get excited about. They automatically close. I mean, just such a great, you know, you don't have to slam the doors. Boom. You just get it about 11 inches. Boom.
Nope.
Self-closing. So,
and what's so nice about this too is, I know you probably harp on some of the stuff, is that if you're going to a park or anything and you don't want that big coach, this can pretty much go anywhere, and you still got a lot of space in there with all the slides and features in there to be able to go anywhere in the country that you want, that sometimes they don't allow you in the bigger coaches.
Yeah, national parks.
Absolutely.
Or if you're limited on storage, and you still get that high-end Tiffin motorhome. I love all the little touches, like the way they have the window frames painted, so the paint design goes through those window frames. Out here, you've got the keypad entry. Let's take a quick look at the interior here.
I love the colors in this coach. You know, such modern colors.
Well, and it smells new in this coach. I'm sensitive to smells, so opposing sofas out in front here. Now this jackknife's out, so if you have you know, grandkids coming along with, that's the pull-out sleeper. This is Villa furniture. And I like this design Tiffin's doing on the leather with that different pattern there.
I love all the modern lighting. I know we said the modern colors, but the modern lighting, I mean, just the touches that they put in these coaches with the colors, the backsplash. I mean, just a very, very modern feel in this coach.
And a mid-bath coach here, so you know, in that 36 feet, you got to sacrifice somewhere.
Yeah, still very roomy in there.
I can step in the shower here. Got plenty of headroom with the skylight. And what did you say the money is on this?
So this money is $259,500
for almost brand new. I mean, 4,200 miles, couple years old.
The retail on this is $307.
Wow.
A lot of bang for your buck here.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice, small, compact diesel pusher.
And the king bed.
Yeah, king bed, washer dryer there in the back, closets along the back of the coach.
And you can still see them. Everything's still got stickers on this thing almost.
Yeah.
So it's virtually a brand new coach. Sticker on this thing was $437.
Nice. You have another similar coach, but bath and a half. Newmar Dutch Star.
First one I've ever got of this coach that we're going up. Very, very hard to find unit.
First one I've seen too. I'm excited to see this one.
So this is the coach that we were talking about earlier.
3736 floor plan. I love the exterior colors with the kind of grays and silver tones. What's the money on this coach?
So this is a 2018 Newmar Dutch Star, 36,000 miles, and we're going to sell this coach for $225,555.
And the Dutch Star, this is a rare bath and a half coach, but I do want to show you, you know, one of the things I really like about this is it does have the emergency egress door, and then I want to be transparent. Looks like a little boo-boo down there. Yeah, the 450 with I feel like they cut mufflers off around here.
Man, this is Central Florida, son. You're outside of Polk County over here.
You want the wholesale deals, you got to come to the industrial area.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to point out too, the exhaust tip looks like it got bumped a little bit too, but it's a 38-foot coach with the Cummins 450. This has got to be a rocket.
Oh, off the start, this is the one you race if you're in the motor. This thing will go with that much horsepower and this tiny capacity right here.
2018 was the year Newmar celebrated their 50th anniversary as well. Super rare, bath and a half in a compact coach. How many miles are on this coach and what's the money on it?
So this is 36,000 miles and the price just got reduced to $225,500.
$225,500.
Yes.
And what's book on this coach?
Retail coach is $275,400. So you're getting a $50,000 savings off retail.
Yes, sir. And then, of course, you know, all the high-end features like we see in the Newmar Dutch Star, like you'll notice the vent cover that matches the wood cabinets. This is going to have heated floors. Notice no carpets on the slide room here as well. Yeah, you've got center ducted air conditioning here. Now, this is probably more of a couples coach, you know, still a bath and a half coach.
Definitely, I would say a couples coach to just two people. What's really nice, though, is you, like you said, you got that compact bath and a half featured where you still, when you have people coming from outside, if you're at a tailgate or if you're just at a nice park, you can still come in here and you still got your full bathroom in the back, which makes it really, really nice for that compact unit.
Yeah, it looks like they have some sort of a Wi-Fi router or something mounted on the, is that a cradle point system it looks like? They are pre-owned coaches. I believe that's a cradle point. We've got the central vac right here, just kick that open. That's got some suction to it as well. Queen size bed in this coach, so you know, having that compact floor plan, there's a little give and take. But
absolutely.
It's still like, you know, backlit slide room face here, like we see in Dutch Stars. The controls underneath the bed here. You can control all of your lighting there. Simple hardwired switches for your floor heat. You have high, medium, and low. Also, all of your ceiling light switches are all hardwired. Still a good sized rear bathroom with the emergency egress door. A small step up here.
Still a good size though for the compact right there. You only got the single sink right there, but like you said, you got given pros for the size of it, but you get a nice little shower area right here for the size.
And the height. The cathedral ceilings here in the rear of the coach, even though there's a small step up. Is this engine running?
Yeah, we're running everything right now.
Yeah,
shut it off.
Yeah.
All right, let me just shut that off.
Yeah, the engine's running, so you can hear how it is. If you want to cut it off, and we can just kind of hear the difference in noise. But you know, crown moldings back here, and significantly quieter when we're not running that big 450 diesel back here. Got some closet space with a safe hidden back there. Your washer, dryer, nice teak shower. I'll do the shower test for you guys. And I'm 6'2", I have plenty of room under the shower head. Yeah, you said $225,500?
$225,500.
Yeah, great opportunity for
we're pricing it to sell.
Now you've got a leisure travel van here as well, I believe?
Yes, and we were talking about that off air. I know that's like, out of everything we had here, the first thing you pointed out was like, is that a leisure travel?
I had one. I love the LTVs.
Yes.
We have some more coaches to show everybody too, but let's take a look at that LTV. 2015 Leisure Travel Unity non-slide. I'm a big fan of the non-slides. You said this just rolled in, hasn't been washed or anything?
This just rolled in, yes. It's got under 20,000 miles on it.
Twin bed floor plan, under 20,000 miles on it. And what's the money on this coach?
$79,995.
80 grand for a leisure travel van. This is a rare opportunity, and
especially in the condition and the miles.
The way Leisure does their interiors, upholstered wall right here with a little key hook. And then let's get some lights on in this coach. Just such a stylish coach, the way they build these. We've got the twin beds back here, but right now they have it set up as a full king size bed. This is my favorite fixed floor plan. It's north-south facing bed. So I remember in the past when I was driving in my leisure travel van, I'd be driving in the morning and my girlfriend would stay in the back of the coach and sleep in while we were going down the road. And then you got a nice little water closet right here. So it's a split bath. This woodwork is in just great condition. And then the shower has its own door right here. You've got the large mirror with a hanging bar.
Look at the leather quality in this for a 15. This is just, I mean, you can't keep one in nicer shape than this. Like you said, I'm at the beds time, it just came in. We were just talking about like, hey, we'll put it on there because you were so excited about it. But look at the quality of this coach. I mean, for a 15, I mean, the leather, I don't see a single piece of leather. I mean, this thing is as good a shape as you're gonna find for a 15.
Absolutely, low miles. And the leisure travel vans, I've got to warn everybody, if you want to go see a super in-depth video on this coach, Leisure Travel Van has their own videos with Dean from Leisure Travel Vans. And I have to warn you, I got bit once. I watched one of Dean's videos, and literally the next day I went and bought a leisure travel van. And that's probably one of my top favorite RVs I've ever owned. I've had everything, and this is just such a great, versatile unit. Non-slide, less stuff that can break. This is one I get fired up about. And what'd you say the money is?
$79,995.
And new these are like over $250,000. And then with the tariffs, I know supply and demand has been a little bit out of whack on one of these. So
they're very tough to get.
Absolutely. And people that know LTV, there's a lot of these, compact C's or B pluses on the Mercedes Sprinter chassis, but leisure travel van has kind of been the highest level.
Absolutely.
You also have the Airstream Atlas, which is over $300,000, and then Newmar just brought one out that's over $300,000. That's going to give LTV a run for their money, but $80,000, it's going to be hard to beat this. Just to get some fresh air in here, just so well engineered. I mean, boom, you can open that up. And we didn't have the ACs running. It's hot here in Florida today, but you see how much that cooled it off just in a second. So yeah, I could sit and talk about this van all day, but we'll leave a link to Dean's video in the description below. But we got some more units here. Perfect. There's a smoking deal on that Newmar Baystar back there. I think that's $555, but real quick, this just caught my attention. You've got that underglow RGB lighting here on a, what's
2023 Discovery 44B.
How many miles on it?
This has got 14,500 miles on it. 44B bath and a half, and we're gonna sell this for $317,775. Retail on it's $400,000.
And this is a tag axle.
This is a tag axle Discovery bath and a half.
Do you know what the sticker was on this new?
Sticker is $593, $600,000. Wow. So we're half a sticker for almost brand new coach. To get these colors, it's just a modern. I mean, to get this in any other product, Tiffin or new, you're another $100,000+.
Yeah, definitely very well designed coach. A lot of living space, really large salon here. Cool details like the backlit mirror here, and then something else they're doing. You've got the Euroloft Hide-A-Loft above the cockpit area. So if you've got kids staying with you or grandkids, like indirect lighting on the slide room face, TV on a televator, cool design style with the stitching on the sofa, and then this does pull out into sleeping as well.
And I had this same coach 2 weeks ago, and I used it, took my family and in-laws, and I'm 260 pounds, and I slept up here.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, same 44B, very nice, put 5 people in here, it was great. Nice. And another coach, exact same model.
Really nice galley. I like the darker countertops.
Love the colors.
Now, it doesn't have carpet, it has this kind of marine woven vinyl, kind of a new material from the marine world. It's super easy to clean, and this is a nice, I'm trying to pinpoint what's different about the look of this galley. I'm not, just got kind of a totally different feel than other motorhomes out there.
This is a storage right here, which you just pointed out right here, to be able to put everything in. Usually it's a little bit more open right here, and that's kind of slid over, the microwave slid over a little bit. Kind of takes up a little bit of room right there, but you get a lot more space in the kitchen.
Yeah, and this huge booth over here. I mean, this is a really like a family coach or couple coach. I mean, just a great floor plan. Dirt Devil central vac.
Like I said, bath and a half right here. Great little half bath right here. Still extra storage if you need it. And then what's really nice is when you come into here with that bed up, like how much more room you have into this coach when you walk in. The space in here is just incredible.
This is something a little bit different here. Your washer and dryer are a little bit down low. Now, I have heard some RVers complain about having to bend over to do laundry, personal preference, but nice out of the way there, not taking up a lot of space in other parts of the coach.
Exactly. You got your pros and cons for this unit. I can see why they did that, where you have more hanging space in the back instead of being able to put those washer and dryer.
This is a curveball thrown at me. Not hanging space. This has a full bunk room here. I didn't realize this was a bunk model coach.
Absolutely.
Super popular floor plan for families that want to have the kids close by. Parents, you're a father, are very protective. So they want to be in between that front door to be that, God forbid anything happens. I've never heard of anything like that happening, but that natural instinct, you want to be able to protect your children and have them close by.
And what's nice about this too is I had the last one, grandparents had it, and we're like, hey, listen, we have a couple of grandkids, but they don't want to travel with us all the time, but we want to have the bunks, the same reason to be able to stop them from going to the front door, but we wanted to have the option to when they're not here. So these actually fold, you can get rid of them or fold them up right here.
Nice.
And then you can still have your extra hanging when the grandkids or kids aren't with you.
I've never seen this before, but it looks like this will actually kind of slide. You can slide this hanging bar forward.
And put all your hanging and everything you want, and then you can take the bunk off the top and whatever you want to do.
Yeah, really well thought out floor plan, and then huge shower here with that beautiful mosaic tile. And I don't know if I've seen mosaic tile in these black and gray colors, but man, that just really looks nice.
Very new colors.
Remind me what the money is on this coach again?
This coach right here is $317,775.
That's a lot of bang for the buck.
Yeah, 400 grand retail on that coach. That's an instant savings, guys.
Now, you've got a smoking deal on that gas base star. That's a good looking coach. Can we take a look at that?
Absolutely.
When it comes to gas motorhomes, this is about the highest quality gas motorhome on the market. What's the year and miles on this?
So this is a 23 Newmar Baystar 3626 with 16,000 miles. And the asking price on that is $155,555 with an average retail $175. I mean, that's the hottest coach on the market for gas.
That's a deal for a late model. And a lot of you may know the YouTube channel Endless RV. They recently sold their Newmar Baystar, and I think that was a 18 or 19 model year, and it's still sold for about 110 grand. So this is like 4 or 5 years newer, just a little bit more expensive, but quad slide, and I love these exterior colors. White, gray, black, best colors for resale value. Ford F53 chassis with the Godzilla V8
7.3 or whatever it is.
Yes, sir. And you were mentioning earlier resale value on the Baystars.
Absolutely. You have to go to like with the Canyon Star going in the diesel now. It used to be Baystar Canyon, but now with this Baystar, you get a lot of value for the coach. I mean, the resale on this in a couple of years, the appreciation isn't there like what you'll see on some of these other coaches.
And this is full body paint too. So a lot of times when you see a white coach, it might be gel coat. That's a huge cost savings. The full body paint is a really expensive option. All of the Baystars are going to come with that full body paint. I love these new designs Newmar's using. Does not feel like a gas motorhome at all. I mean, this slide run face, I haven't seen this before with that pattern. That really draws your eye in, and then that matches these kind of barnwood style floors. We do have the bunk above the captain's chairs.
Love the LED lighting in here. And what I love about the Baystar, you get some of these gas coaches, especially some of the cheaper ones, when you walk in, you feel like you shake on that spring. This is sturdy. This feels like you're almost in a diesel coach.
Yes, sir. You know, Newmar, they say it's when you know the difference.
Absolutely.
A Whirlpool refrigerator, nice pantry space here. I like the dark cabinets. Now, this is a mid-bath coach. We've got a full-length mirror here on the inside of the bathroom door. Nice size shower here. I'll give you guys the shower test. Plenty of height in this coach. That's a cool style bowl sink there. You got a washer and dryer here. King size bed. Again, that accent lighting like Jared mentioned here on the face of the slide room. And then the nice thing about this gas coach is you do have a window in the back of the coach. And if you want to get some fresh air, you can open these up and then vent them out. And the way they kind of open up, even if it's raining, the rain's not coming in, and then you can keep that fresh air inside the coach. Jared, it's been great hanging out and seeing some of your inventory today. Now, if someone wants to purchase one of the coaches we saw today or has a specific coach that they're looking for, who should they get a hold of?
They should call us here at the office here at 813-655-2877, and a member of my staff right here would love the opportunity to work with you.
Now, and you also mentioned you got about 100 coaches in inventory that are a lot coming and going here. Are those listed anywhere where folks can kind of keep an eye on the inventory?
We do have it on our website. There's a drop tab down the retail. You'll see some of them. They don't always have model numbers just because the inventory is so hard to keep up when you're doing the volume that we're doing. We encourage you to look, but again, give us a call because we have so many units that never make it on the site. We don't have the manpower to be able to do some of that stuff because we're just turning and burning so many coaches.
Yes, sir, and I know you're kind of new to the retail side of things. You used to only work with dealerships.
Absolutely.
So you just started an Instagram and Facebook. I think some of your good deals have you up to almost 2,000 followers on Facebook. I think you're at about 5 followers on Instagram.
Yeah, we're really killing it there. Yeah. Like I said, it's a slow growing process, but we're very excited to work with the public. Like I said, the people are great, and we're just excited for that next chapter and the next opportunity to work with y'all guys.
Yeah, so we're going to leave links to your social media in the description below. Your team has been starting to post stuff there, so definitely we're keeping an eye on that also. And then we'll leave a link to your website, all of that in the description below. So, Jared, really appreciate your time
today. Thank y'all guys
so
much for coming today. It was a pleasure having y'all guys.
Yeah, likewise. Also greatly appreciate all of you out there watching and subscribing. We hope you're all having a great day. Thanks again.
Thank you. We sell these things to the top dealers in the United States. We want to give you the win. It's time for the consumer to get the win. when it goes to the consumer, we want to make sure it's the best coach it possibly can be. We are going to price these things out to the public at unbelievable deals.